Hey gamers, welcome back to the channel. Today we're jumping into 5 legendary games you need to play or replay. These aren't just fan favorites, they're straight up icons. And once you hear 10 wild game-changing facts about each one, you'll be itching to hit start all over again. Let's get into it. Game 1, Arma 3. Let's kick things off with Arma 3, a game that's not for casual players. If you live for ultra-realistic military simulations, this is your ultimate sandbox. But Arma 3 is more than just a shooter. It's an immersive, tactical experience unlike anything else. Here are 10 jaw-dropping facts that might just have you reinstalling it tonight. 1. True-to-life combat. Arma 3 doesn't just simulate war. It drops you into the boots of a soldier with an astonishing level of detail. With over 100 fully operable weapons, vehicles, and aircraft, every mission feels real. 2. Massive maps. The in-game terrain is gigantic, nearly the size of a small country. It can literally take hours to cross on foot. 3. Mission builder freedom. Fancy turning the battlefield into your personal story? You can design your own missions and scenarios, even something wild like surviving as a farmer in a war zone. 4. Used by the military. Yep, it's that Realist 3 has been used for actual military training and virtual exercises. 5. Editor mode magic. The in-game editor lets you create full maps and scenarios from scratch. Zombie outbreak in the Alps? Totally doable. 6. Authentic audio. The sound design is next level. Think military-grade recordings for every weapon and vehicle. It's not just loud, it's accurate. 7. High-stakes gameplay. This isn't your run-and-gun shooter. Every bullet matters, and one mistake can end your mission in seconds. 8. Squad control. Go full tactical and command a squad with real-world strategy. Take on entire enemy forces with smart planning and teamwork. 9. Wild modding community. From Star Wars troopers to Minecraft vehicles, the modding scene is wildly creative and constantly evolving. But 10. Unpredictable weather. Just when you think you've got a mission under control, bam, a storm rolls in. The dynamic weather system adds an extra layer of chaos and realism. Game 2, Battlefield 3. Let's dive into Battlefield 3, the game that redefined what a modern shooter could be. Massive maps, vehicle mayhem, and heart-pounding multiplayer made it an instant classic. Here are 10 awesome facts that'll make you appreciate it even more. 1. Visual powerhouse. Battlefield 3 was among the first games to harness the full might of the Frostbite 2 engine, delivering jaw-dropping graphics that pushed the limits of realism at the time. 2. Destruction done right. Addicted much? That's thanks to its dynamic destruction system. You could level walls, flatten buildings, and blast through cover. No two matches ever played the same. 3. Changing the battlefield. While Levolution became a buzzword with later titles, Battlefield 3 laid the groundwork. From collapsing buildings to flooding areas mid-match, the environments kept players on their toes. 4. Legendary maps. Caspian Border ring a bell? It's one of the most beloved multiplayer arenas ever. Sprawling terrain, full-scale vehicle warfare, and perfect spots for those epic sniper showdowns. 5. Immersive audio. The sound design wasn't just good, it was military grade. They used actual field microphones to capture every gunshot, explosion, and echo for maximum authenticity. 6. Top Gun vibes. Jet combat in Battlefield 3 was next level. If you ever dreamed of mastering dogfights and pulling Gs, this was the game that let you live out that fantasy. 7. Real-life inspiration. Many missions were inspired by real military operations, adding a gritty authenticity to the campaign that made it more than just another shooter story. 8. Rush Mode madness. Rush Mode offered the perfect blend of tactical depth and non-stop action, with teams pushing and defending objectives in explosive, high-stakes battles. 9. Teamwork wins games. Battlefield 3 helped define the squad-based shooter. Revive teammates, share supplies, and coordinate attacks. Winning meant working together. 10. A community that endures. Years later, Battlefield 3 still has a loyal player base, with custom servers and mods keeping the experience alive and thriving. Alright, buckle up. Next on the list is Carmageddon Max Damage. If you're into fast cars, total chaos, and unfiltered destruction, this game is your lawless playground. Here are 10 outrageous facts that'll make you want to floor it straight back into the mayhem. 1. Pure vehicular madness. This isn't your typical racing game. Carmageddon Max Damage is all about turning the road into a war zone. You don't just win, you wreck. 2. Pedestrian mayhem, one of the most infamous features. You can run over pedestrians, and the game totally leans into it. It's dark, it's twisted, and yes, it's kinda hilarious. 3. Weird wheels galore. From bizarre builds to downright disturbing rides, the car roster is wild. Ever driven a mutated hearse? Meet the stiff shifter. 4. Inspired by chaos, the madness actually started back in 1997 with the cult classic Carmageddon movie. Max damage just cranks everything up to 11. 5. Reverse the role. There's a mode where you play as a pedestrian dodging insane drivers. It's exactly as ridiculous and terrifying as it sounds. 6. Destruction Playground. With 10 massive locations packed with smashable scenery, there's no shortage of stuff to obliterate. And 7, multiplayer carnage. Take the madness online and face off in brutal, anything-goes multiplayer matches. Winning isn't about being fast, it's about surviving. 8, weaponized mayhem. Strap rocket spikes and a dozen other deadly mods to your ride. Because why just race when you can turn your car into a rolling apocalypse? 9, insane power-ups. From turbo boosts to invincibility, the power-ups are straight up bonkers, keeping every match wild and unpredictable. 10, go anywhere. Smash everything. The open world design means no rules, no limits. Want to demolish buildings for no reason? Go ahead. This game rewards total destruction. Game 4, Dead Rising. All right, zombie slayers, it's time to talk about Dead Rising, the game that said, what if we turned the apocalypse into a sandbox of total insanity? Zombies? Ridiculous weapons? Pure chaos? Oh, absolutely. Let's break down 10 crazy facts that make this one of the most over-the-top zombie games ever made. 1. Weapon crafting gone wild. Chainsaws on broomsticks, shopping carts turned into battering rams. In Dead Rising, literally anything can become a weapon. If you can duct tape it, you can swing it. 2. Open world mayhem. Before it was trendy, Dead Rising gave you free reign in a zombie-infested shopping mall. Every store, every corner, ripe for exploring and exploding. 3. Beat the clock. The game's time system was brutal. Missions were on a countdown, and if you missed the window, game over. No mercy, just pressure. 4. Zombie overload. We're talking over 1,000 zombies on screen at once. It's like a Walking Dead tidal wave, and you're the only one with a weaponized lawnmower. 5. Hilariously absurd weapons. Sure, you've got bats and guns, but why not roll a giant bowling ball through a horde just for laughs? Because in Dead Rising, ridiculous is the standard. 6. Plot with a side of madness. Yes, there's a serious storyline underneath the chaos, conspiracy, betrayal, twists, but let's be real, you're mostly here to dropkick zombies in a banana suit. 7. Superhero mode FTW. Ever wanted to punch zombies into orbit while wearing spandex and a cape? There's a mode for that, and it's just as awesome as it sounds. 8. Classic survival horror vibes. The in-game camera system was a throwback to old-school horror, zooming in on the undead added tension, and even let you score points for epic zombie photography. 9. Save the survivors or not. You can help survivors, but honestly, sometimes it's more fun to let them scream while you load up on sledgehammers and chainsaws. Sorry, Karen. 10. It knew it was ridiculous. Pop culture nods, meme-worthy moments, and self-aware humor made Dead Rising unforgettable. It never took itself too seriously, and that's what made it gold. Game 5, Doom 64. And last but definitely not least, let's talk about Doom 64, one of the most underrated gems in the Doom universe. Slept on by many, loved by those who played it, here are 10 insane facts that'll make you wish you jumped into the nightmare way sooner. 1. Next level Doom on N64. Doom 64 brought the demon-slaying action to the Nintendo 64, with visuals that were a major leap forward, moodier, bloodier, and way more immersive than the originals. 2. A darker twist. This was the first Doom game to really lean into the horror vibe, creepy lighting, eerie level design, and an atmosphere thick with dread. It changed the tone of the franchise forever. 3. New toys, more pain. Among the arsenal upgrades was the Unholy Trident, a brutal new weapon that made demons regret ever crawling out of hell. 4. Say hello to Shadow Demons. Doom 64 introduced Shadow Demons, fast, freaky, and unforgettable. They became instant icons and nightmare fuel for Doom fans. 5. Haunting soundscapes. Composer Andy Babiuk delivered a spine-chilling soundtrack that ditched metal for pure ambiance, a bold move that paid off in full, creepy credits. Number 6, Save the Slaughter. Unlike its predecessors, Doom 64 let you save mid-level, a godsend when you're neck deep in demons and really don't want to restart. 7, Multiplayer Madness. Yep, it had multiplayer too, perfect for fragging your friends into pixelated oblivion on the N64. Retro couch co-op at its finest. 8, Secret Ending. Hardcore style, there's a hidden ending tucked away for the most elite demon slayers. Only the truly dedicated will uncover it. Challenge accepted? 9, Pushing the N64 to the max. Doom 64 was a technical powerhouse, squeezing every bit of juice from the N64's hardware. The result? A shooter that looked and felt way ahead of its time. 10, Still ripping and tearing today. Good news, you can still play it. Whether it's on the Switch or through fan-made mods, Doom 64 lives on. Time to reload and dive back into the demonic madness. And there it is, gamers. 10 wild facts for each of these 5 legendary games. Whether you're jumping back in for nostalgia or discovering them for the first time, these classics seriously never go out of style. If you had fun, don't forget to drop a like, hit that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss another deep dive into gaming greatness. Thanks for hanging out, and as always, stay sharp, stay hyped, and keep on gaming.